My beloved child, I invite you now to listen with an open heart, for I am here in every breath you take. I see the stirring of hope within you, that quiet longing for light to break through your uncertain moments. Even when your mind wanders and your soul feels restless, I am holding you close. I call you my dear one because my love for you is boundless, and I desire that you know with every part of your being just how precious you are to me. I have observed your journey, watched your tears both hidden and revealed, and I have stood with you in the silent corners of your struggles. Nothing about you is too small or too insignificant for my care. Therefore, open your spirit and embrace this truth. I am the one who never leaves, the one who sees potential in every seed of faith you carry. You do not need to impress me with perfection, for I value the sincerity of your heart more than any polished facade. I want you to sense the peace of my presence right now, a peace that calms every storm and hushes every fear. You are dear to me, and I shall always be by your side. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. I call you a treasure, crafted by my hand to shine in a world that often seems dim. I know you sometimes doubt this, fearing that your worth has dimmed or vanished altogether. Yet I assure you, no earthly darkness can extinguish the light I place within you. Just as in Genesis I brought forth light by merely speaking the words, "Let there be light," so I also speak radiant possibility into your life. When you feel overshadowed by your own shortcomings or weighed down by criticism, remember that I shaped you with purpose. Even if the opinions of others shift with the winds, my view of you remains steadfast. I saw you from the beginning, formed you in secret, and covered you with layers of hope that you might one day blossom into the fullness I have designed. Therefore, take heart, for I cherish you more than you can understand. I watch over you in every breath. Sometimes you wonder if I truly notice the smallest details of your existence, but I remind you of what the Psalms declare. I am your refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. That means no sorrow, no pinch of anxiety, no flicker of hope goes unnoticed by me. I see the laughter that lights your eyes, just as I see the heaviness that weighs on your spirit in moments of uncertainty. I see how you long to do what is right, though you fear stumbling along the way. I do not shame you for your uncertainties. Rather, I stretch out my hand to lift you whenever you slip. Think of how a shepherd watches his sheep with unwavering dedication, scanning the horizon for any sign of danger. In the same way, I stand guard over your life, guiding you toward a place of safety. Yes, I see your tears that fall in silence, and I understand each unvoiced question. You are not left alone in any corner of your mind. I bless you. Move forward in peace. There are times you feel thirsty for answers, as though your soul wanders in a desert longing for water. I tell you that I am the living water, the source that quenches every longing and soothes every wound. In the Gospel of John, you read how I offered living water to one who was weary and burdened. If only you knew how quickly I would fill your vessel, you would realize that in me is an overflow of grace that never runs dry. Let that grace wash over you now, cleansing away every trace of weariness and resentment. For as you draw near to me, I pour my spirit over you, refreshing your inner being and letting hope spring forth. The dryness you have felt in recent days, weeks, or perhaps years will melt away under the warmth of my presence. I do not withhold this living water from anyone who seeks it with sincerity. Therefore pause and ask me to fill you again. You will not remain parched, for I am always ready to release new life. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. And yet, I know there are moments when your questions seem too vast, and your heart is torn between trust and doubt. You may look upon your circumstances and say, "But the odds are against me." How can I ever triumph? That is precisely when my power shines the brightest. Recall how Moses faced the sea in Exodus, pressed on every side by what appeared to be impossible barriers. I parted the waters for him. In that instant, all the logic of the world suggested defeat, yet I turned the tides of history. I do the same for you. Maybe your sea is the weight of financial burdens or the sting of broken relationships. Perhaps it is an inward fear that you do not deserve to walk in freedom. I tell you now, I am the one who is mighty to save. Therefore trust that I will hold back those threatening waves, making a way through the swirling chaos. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to step forward in faith. I watch over you in every breath. I see your desire for clarity, your wish that I would hand you a thoroughly detailed map. Yet part of the journey is learning to rely on my guiding light one step at a time. If I revealed every detail in advance, you might be overwhelmed or perhaps choose a path based on fear rather than trust. Instead, I plant seeds of courage in your heart, encouraging you to take one bold step after another. Even a small forward movement becomes a giant leap in my sight when it is motivated by faith. So do not fret about tomorrow, for tomorrow has enough of its own mysteries. Instead, anchor yourself in my promise for today. I am with you always, even to the end of the age. It is normal to question, to wrestle, and to feel uneasy with the unknown, but never forget that my arm is around you. Keep your eyes on me, and I will guide you in perfect timing. Do not worry, for I am opening a new door for you. I understand that in moments of stillness, your doubts can become loud. You may hear a chorus of voices telling you that you are unworthy or that you will fail. Yet hear my voice above the clamor. You are my beloved. In you I delight. I do not label you based on your failures, nor do I reduce you to your regrets. In fact, I stand ready to wash you anew each time you stumble. Just as the dawn comes reliably after the longest night, so my mercy is new every morning. Do not cling to past mistakes as though they define you. Instead, allow my redemptive power to reshape your story. Like a potter molding clay, I am continuously forming you into a vessel of honor. My dear child, it pleases me to watch you grow and discover the depth of my affection. In this process, you will realize that my grace truly is amazing, a force that lifts you from every pit. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Sometimes you sense the pressure of the world, urging you to conform or to surrender your uniqueness in order to fit in. But I created you to reflect my character in a special way. Your laughter, your tears, your joys, and your struggles all weave together into a tapestry that proclaims my creativity. Yes, you bear my image, for that was how I formed humanity from the beginning of Genesis. You may think your individuality is a burden, but I tell you, it is a gift. The talents I have placed within you, the passions that stir your soul, these are meant to glorify me and bring light to others around you. So do not smother your light for fear of rejection. Let it shine freely and watch as I connect you to circumstances and people where your uniqueness is exactly what is needed. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. I am aware of the burdens that weigh on your heart today. Perhaps you feel like your prayers have hit a ceiling or that the solutions to your problems remain hidden behind a locked door. Let me assure you, I hold the key. I am not ignoring your petitions. I hear each one, even the ones you cannot express because your tears speak for you. Sometimes I allow you to walk through the valley a bit longer, not to punish you, but to strengthen your faith and sharpen your vision. In those times, I pour out the grace that sustains you, allowing hope to grow roots deep within your soul. So hold on, cling to the promise that I am orchestrating things for your ultimate good, even when you cannot understand the full picture. As written in Psalm 46, I am your refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Stand firm, beloved, for I am near. I bless you. Move forward in peace. Every tear you have shed is like a tiny seed planted in the soil of my compassion. I collect them, not to store sorrow, but to transform them into testimonies of victory. Do not be surprised when joy starts to sprout from places you thought were hopeless. This is part of my divine exchange. I take your ashes and give you beauty. I take your mourning and give you dancing. I take your despair and wrap it in garments of praise. Such transformations are not always instantaneous, but they are certain when you remain in my care. So do not be disheartened by the passage of time or the slowness of change. Remember that a seed must germinate in darkness before it breaks through the ground. Let your heart remain open, for I am the gardener who nurtures every seed of hope within you. You are not alone. I am forever by your side. One of the greatest gifts you can offer me is your willingness to pray and to listen. Some think prayer is a formal ceremony reserved for cathedrals or special occasions. But I tell you that prayer is simply communion between our hearts, an intimate conversation that brings us closer. Even a whispered, "Help me, Lord," at midnight resonates with my spirit. When the burdens of this world grow heavy, know that you can pour them out before me. I do not grow weary of hearing your voice. Each time you draw near in prayer, I cover you with my wings, just as an eagle shelters its young. No detail is too trivial, no heartbreak too small. I long to be part of your every moment because I love you immeasurably. Let this sink in. I never leave you nor forsake you. I watch over you in every breath. As you open your heart to me, you might feel a stirring to cast aside certain weights you have been carrying. These could be fears, grudges, self-doubts, or even habits that no longer serve your spiritual growth. I invite you to let go of these burdens and place them at my feet. When you do so, you make room for new blessings to enter your life. I see the potential you carry, and I do not want anything to hinder that growth. It may feel uncomfortable at first to surrender what has become familiar, even if it is painful. Yet I say, relinquish it to me, for I can transform your greatest pain into your greatest testimony. Remember what was spoken in Revelation, I make all things new. That includes you. So do not fear the shift. You are stepping into greater freedom each day. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. In your quiet moments, you may sense my voice leading you to forgive someone who hurt you, or to ask for forgiveness from one you have hurt. Do not ignore these gentle promptings, for forgiveness is one of the keystones of grace. By letting go of resentment, you free your heart to receive even more of my compassion. Think of Joseph in Genesis, who forgave the brothers who sold him into slavery. Through that act, I orchestrated an incredible redemption story that saved many lives. So too can I bring redemption to your relationships. When you choose forgiveness, you reflect my heart and invite healing to flow into your life. This is not about condoning wrong behavior. It is about freeing your soul from chains of bitterness. Trust that I will deal with all injustices in due time. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. Sometimes the hardest person for you to forgive is yourself. You hold on to every mistake, replaying it in your mind, wondering if you have strayed too far from my grace. Hear me clearly. There is no distance you can travel that places you beyond the reach of my mercy. I see your remorse, and I also see your longing for a fresh start. Take courage, beloved. The cross is the symbol of unending grace, and as you lay down your regrets there, I wipe them away with my redeeming love. You are not defined by your past. You are shaped by my hands, and I call you forgiven, cleansed, and renewed. Let that liberating truth sink in, for I am your healer, your savior, and your endless source of hope. Do not worry. for I am opening a new door for you. I created you for relationship, both with me and with others. Even in the garden, I saw that it was not good for humanity to be alone, so I crafted community. Perhaps you have been hurt by people, and you think isolation is safer. But child, isolation is a trap that can suffocate your spirit. I encourage you to step beyond your walls and allow yourself to be seen. Share your joys, your pains, your laughter, your fears with trusted companions. In sharing, you will discover that I often speak through the hearts of your brothers and sisters, giving you wisdom and comfort when you need it most. Do not fear vulnerability, for I will protect your tender heart. True, not all will understand you, but I assure you, I will bring the right people into your life, those who stand with you through storms and rejoice with you in triumph. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Remember that I am a God of miracles, the one who made water flow from a rock in the wilderness of Exodus, the one who fed thousands with a mere 5 loaves and 2 fishes. When you wonder whether your situation is too complicated or too broken for my intervention, recall these wonders. My arm is not too short to save, nor is my power diminished by the scale of your problem. If I can bring down walls with a shout, if I can resurrect the dead, I can surely address the complexities of your life. I do not promise an instant resolution every time, but I do promise my faithfulness. Wait patiently, holding tightly to my word, and watch the unveiling of my mighty hand in your story. I watch over you in every breath. At times, you try to shoulder burdens on your own strength. You believe that you must stand strong, not wanting to trouble me. Yet I ask you to remember these words. Cast all your cares upon me, for I care for you. In your moments of greatest weakness, my strength becomes your anchor. You do not need to pretend to have it all together. I already know the depth of your struggle and the extent of your exhaustion. By entrusting your cares to me, you activate a divine exchange. I bestow my endurance upon you, and you relinquish your worry. This is not a one-time transaction, but a continual practice of releasing your burdens. Each day, let me carry what you cannot. In doing so, you will find rest for your soul, and your spirit will breathe more freely. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. I find joy in the sincerity of your faith, whether it is strong as a mountain or as small as a mustard seed. Do you recall how I spoke in the gospel about having faith like a mustard seed and the power it holds to move mountains? Even the tiniest glimmer of true faith can unleash tremendous miracles. So do not diminish your small acts of trust, thinking they are insignificant. I see how you strive to believe, even when your world shakes. My dear one, that is enough. Over time, as you water this faith with prayer, worship, and reading my word, it will grow robustly. Eventually, it will produce shade and fruit for others around you to be blessed. In your quiet moments, invite me to strengthen that seed. Let us cultivate it together so that you become a giant of faith, radiating my presence wherever you go. I bless you. Move forward in peace. I also want to remind you of the power of praise. Praise is not merely music or words recited in a place of worship. It is an attitude of the heart that acknowledges who I am and all I have done. When you praise, you align your soul with heavenly reality, remembering that your circumstances are never as mighty as my sovereignty. Even when your voice trembles because of sorrow, the act of lifting praise can shift the atmosphere around you. Think of Paul and Silas in prison, singing at midnight, shackles still on their feet. And yet, their praise led to an earthquake of deliverance. When you choose to worship me in the midst of adversity, you declare your victory before it even manifests. So let your song rise, for it has the power to break chains and unleash freedom. You are not alone. I am forever by your side. When fear looms over you, threatening to overshadow your hope, remember that I have not given you a spirit of timidity, but of power, love, and a sound mind. Let that truth sink deep into your soul. Whenever the future seems uncertain, or the world appears to be spinning out of control, anchor yourself in my promises. As it is written in the Psalms, though the earth gives way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, I am your refuge. Breathe in that assurance and breathe out your fear. I am bigger than the storms you face, more steadfast than the shifting sands of time. I have gone before you to pave a path of safety and peace. Do not let worry choke the seeds of hope I have planted in your heart. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Allow your heart to find rest in me, for I am a good father who delights in providing for you. When you are in need, whether financially, emotionally, or spiritually, do not hesitate to ask for my help. Though I know your needs before you speak them, I still cherish the moment you come to me in trust. I supply what is truly beneficial, sometimes in ways that surprise you. All things are possible with me, and I do not withhold good gifts from my children. Take note of the birds of the air. They do not sow or reap, and yet I feed them. Are you not more valuable than many sparrows? Indeed you are. So release your anxiety over daily provisions. Let your trust in my faithfulness open doors for unexpected blessings. I watch over you in every breath. It is my desire to speak to you, not just through sacred scriptures, but also through the still, small voice in your heart. Sometimes that voice comes when you pause from the rush of daily life, or when you stand in awe of a sunrise or a blooming flower. In these seemingly simple moments, I may whisper words of comfort or direction. You might sense a gentle nudge, an inner prompting that aligns with my character and my word. Do not disregard these subtle impressions. Test them, yes, but also remain open to the possibility that I am leading you in new and unexpected ways. I used a burning bush to call Moses, and I can use the quiet hush of your soul to guide you as well. Be attentive, for I desire to walk intimately with you. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. Let me also speak of the times you look in the mirror and are tempted to see only flaws and imperfections. I urge you to remember that I crafted you in my image. That truth transcends any physical attribute or worldly standard. Your identity rests first and foremost in me. The reflection that matters is the one that reveals my love shining through you. Whenever you feel discouraged by your reflection, shift your gaze to my face. In my eyes, you are beloved, redeemed, and set apart. No scar, no wrinkle, no limitation can separate you from the radiant destiny I have planned for you. You are handcrafted, not mass-produced, formed with care, carrying a piece of my divine spark. So hold your head high, beloved, for you are known and cherished. I bless you. Move forward in peace. When you look at the horizon of your life and see only challenges, let me remind you that I have already mapped out your victory. In the Gospel of John, I said, I came so that you might have life in abundance. This abundant life is not merely about material gain, though I can certainly provide. It is a state of heart, a position of the soul where you trust in my goodness regardless of what each day brings. Embrace that abundance by releasing the negativity that tries to cling to your mind. Speak words of life to yourself and others, for your tongue holds great power. With each positive affirmation of my promises, you declare that you believe in what I have said. So let hope rise and your dreams awaken, for I am guiding you toward a future bright with possibility. Do not worry, for I am opening a new door for you. I see your longing for deeper purpose, for the sense that your life has meaning beyond the routines of everyday tasks. Rest assured, I have placed specific gifts within you, abilities, passions, and inclinations that are not accidental. They are seeds of purpose, waiting for your devotion and my watering. When you offer these gifts back to me, they are sanctified and multiplied for greater impact. You may not always see the ripple effect of your contributions, but trust that no act done in love is wasted. Whether you serve in a grand capacity or in a humble corner of obscurity, I am the one who takes your efforts and turns them into a tapestry of kingdom influence. Keep your eyes fixed on me, not on earthly applause or recognition. Remember, I am weaving together every thread of your obedience into something beautiful and lasting. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Let me address the wounds you may carry from the words and actions of others. Words can be sharper than swords, but my word is a healing balm. Whenever the memory of a hurtful statement emerges, counter it with what I say about you in Scripture. For instance, I call you a royal priesthood, a holy nation, in the letters of the apostles. Reflect on that truth when the sting of rejection tries to resurface. My dear child, you cannot control what others say or do, but you can choose where to anchor your identity. Anchor it in Me, the one who spoke the universe into existence with love. You do not have to be enslaved by anyone's harsh judgment. Stand tall in the knowledge that you are precious in my sight. I watch over you in every breath. In times of uncertainty, let patience be your companion, for I often work in ways hidden from immediate view. Like the story of the Israelites who wandered in the desert, you might feel that your promised land is too far off. But know this, I am refining you, teaching you reliance on me alone. Each day of your journey is packed with opportunities for growth and moments of revelation. As you traverse your own wilderness, remember that I am the same God who provided manna from heaven. I am fully aware of your needs, and I am more than capable of meeting them. Let the process humble you, shape your character, and deepen your faith. One day, you will look back and see how my hand guided you every step of the way. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. Take heart when you see your frailties. Perhaps you wonder if you have disqualified yourself from my blessings by repeated shortcomings. Let me assure you, I specialize in using the weak and the flawed. Throughout Scripture, I chose imperfect vessels. Moses, who hesitated in speech, David, who stumbled into grievous sin, Paul, who once persecuted believers. Each one I restored and empowered for divine assignments. So do not say, I am too broken, for I delight in turning brokenness into testimony. Bring your imperfections to me and allow me to redeem them. That is how my grace is displayed for all to see, by taking what was once shattered and making it whole. I bless you. Move forward in peace. Let your hope flourish like a plant well watered by my promises. Even in the midnight hour, when the shadows of fear would creep into your thoughts, allow your spiritual eyes to fix on my light. The darkest valleys often lead to the brightest dawns. If you're ever tempted to question my faithfulness, remember the cross, the ultimate testament of how far I would go to rescue and redeem you. That single act echoes through eternity, reminding you that nothing can separate you from my love. Let your heart beat with the knowledge that tomorrow holds the seeds of possibility, because I am already in the future, paving the way for you. Do not worry, for I am opening a new door for you. In those moments when life feels stagnant, when you suspect that your prayers have grown cold or your dedication has faltered, I stand ready to ignite your passion once more. It pleases me to see you filled with zeal for truth and compassion for others. That holy spark within you may flicker, but it will never be extinguished as long as you remain connected to my spirit. So fan the flame. Allow worship, scripture, and fellowship with other believers to breathe oxygen onto those embers. You will be amazed at how swiftly your devotion can be reignited when you simply turn your gaze back to me. I have never moved away from you. I remain constant, waiting for you to recognize my abiding presence. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. When you feel overshadowed by regret, longing to rewrite certain chapters of your life, I remind you that I am the author and finisher of your faith. I weave redemption into the tapestry of your story, ensuring that even your detours can lead to growth and transformation. Much like Joseph, who endured betrayal and imprisonment before rising to a position of influence, you too can witness how adversity becomes a stepping stone to destiny. Surrender your regrets to me. Let my forgiveness be the chapter that turns the page, opening you to new possibilities you never imagined. I watch over you in every breath. Do not underestimate the value of silence and reflection, for in quiet spaces, I often reveal facets of my truth that you could not hear above the clamor of daily life. Like Elijah, who heard my voice not in the earthquake or the fire, but in the gentle whisper, you will find that my messages often come softly. Give yourself permission to unplug from the noise of technology and the endless demands of the world. Let yourself linger in my presence, allowing your soul to soak up the peace I freely give. In that sacred pause, clarity emerges, healing takes root, and your faith deepens. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. There may be days when you are too weary to pray, when your words fail, and all that remains are groans of the heart. In those moments, do not despair. My spirit intercedes for you with sighs too deep for words. I understand your every emotion, even if you cannot articulate it. Think of a child who cannot yet speak, yet the parent discerns each need from the slightest whimper. I am that loving parent, attuned to every nuance of your being. Let me hold you, comfort you, and strengthen you when you can barely lift your head. Rest in the knowledge that my grace is sufficient for you, and my power is made perfect in your weakness. I bless you. Move forward in peace. You might question why pain and suffering exist if I am a God of love. Understand that while I do not desire suffering, the brokenness of this world impacts everyone. Yet I work within that brokenness, redeeming hearts, healing wounds, and birthing hope in the midst of despair. Even the cross, an instrument of cruelty, became the gateway to salvation for all. So do not lose hope when affliction strikes. Know that I will never leave you alone in your trials. I walk through the fire with you, just as I stood with the 3 faithful ones in the blazing furnace. Out of the ashes, I bring life. Out of the heartbreak, I bring renewed purpose. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Let your eyes look upon the wonders of creation, and remember that I hold all these marvels in my hand. From the towering mountains to the minute details of a flower's petal, my artistry is evident. In the same way, I have uniquely designed you with infinite care. Do not fear that I have overlooked your deepest desires. I see them, and I know the precise timing for them to blossom. Sometimes, I delay a blessing to prepare your heart so that you can truly steward what I give. Other times, I bring your desire to fruition swiftly in a way that leaves you in awe of my generosity. Trust my timing, for it is perfect. You are not alone. I am forever by your side. Take courage when faced with spiritual warfare. Remember that your adversary is not flesh and blood, but forces seeking to steal your peace and conviction. Clothe yourself in the armor I provide: truth, righteousness, faith, salvation, the gospel of peace, and the sword of my word. This is not a call to aggression, but to steadfastness. The battle belongs to me, and I stand as your fortress. Sing praises in the face of adversity. Declare my promises, and watch how the enemy's schemes fail. Like Joshua before Jericho, your victory may come not by force, but by obedience and unwavering faith. I watch over you in every breath. When the world's chaos grows loud and opinions swirl like a storm, Find your anchor in my unwavering truth. Many voices will try to define your value or dictate your path. Let my voice be the final authority. As long as you walk in the light of my word, you need not fear the judgments of society. Keep your focus on me, and I will direct your steps in alignment with your true purpose. Even if you stand alone in your convictions, I stand with you. And if I am for you, who can be against you? Remember that you walk in divine favor when you walk in my ways. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. Cultivate gratitude. Even in the smallest blessings, see evidence of my loving hand. A grateful heart keeps bitterness at bay and makes room for joy to flourish. Look for reasons to thank me each day, whether in the warmth of the sunrise, the kindness of a friend, or the resilience you find in unexpected circumstances. Gratitude transforms your perspective, aligning you with the reality of my goodness and constant provision. It is like a lens that reveals the hidden beauty in moments you might otherwise overlook. When thanks fill your heart, doubt finds less space to grow. Therefore, practice gratitude and watch your spirit soar on wings of thanksgiving. I bless you. Move forward in peace. I remind you that your prayers need not be lengthy or eloquent to reach my ears. One humble plea from a sincere heart resonates profoundly in my presence. The woman who touched the hem of my garment did not utter a grand speech. She reached out in quiet desperation and was healed. Never underestimate the power of a single heartfelt cry. Even if you can only muster the words, "Lord, save me," I will respond. I stand ready to intervene, to comfort, and to guide you to still waters. You need not fear being overlooked. My child, you matter immensely to me, and I am attentive to your every whisper. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Speak kindly to yourself. I hear the inner dialogue you engage in, and too often it is laden with self-criticism and doubt. Imagine if you heard someone speaking that way to a dear friend. Would you not step in and defend them? I urge you to align your self-talk with my view of you. You are fearfully and wonderfully made, as the psalmist declares. Let your words reflect that wonder. Be gentle with your own heart, for it is fragile, and I have entrusted it to your care. When you slip, remind yourself that I am compassionate and quick to forgive. When you succeed, acknowledge that I am the one who grants you strength. In all seasons, let your thoughts and words mirror the love I have for you. I watch over you in every breath. In times when your faith wavers, return to the scriptures for reminders of my faithfulness through generations. Read of Abraham, who waited decades for the promise, yet found his descendants as countless as the stars. Read of Sarah, who laughed in disbelief, yet bore a son in her old age. Read of the psalmist who cried out from despair, yet discovered that I am indeed a fortress. These stories are not ancient myths. They are living testaments to my reliability. If I was faithful then, I am faithful now. Let their testimonies rekindle the embers of your belief, awakening a sense of awe for what I can do in your life. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. I assure you that your tears are not wasted. In the same way that rainfall nourishes the earth, your tears can lead to a harvest of deeper empathy, stronger character, and renewed dependence on me. So do not hide them in shame. Offer them to me in prayer, and watch how I transform sorrow into compassion for others who endure similar pain. Your trials equip you to be a beacon of comfort, to show kindness in a manner that words alone cannot. Even in heartbreak, you are not defeated. You are refined. Through every tear, I am molding you into a vessel capable of holding more of my love. I bless you. Move forward in peace. You might feel that faith is difficult to sustain in a rapidly changing world. Technological advances, societal shifts, and personal upheavals all vie for your attention. But I remind you, I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, as spoken in Revelation. I transcend every era and remain constant through every cultural evolution. When you anchor your faith in me, you are not clinging to a relic of the past, but aligning with the eternal present. No matter how swiftly the world spins, you can rest in my unchanging nature. That is where true security lies, in the one who never alters, whose love remains steadfast. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. I cherish your willingness to share your story with others, for it is through testimonies that my grace is multiplied. When you speak of how I have guided you, comforted you, or provided for you, you offer hope to those who feel hopeless. Do not keep your miracles hidden. Let your life be a living testimony, proclaiming that I am a God who still answers prayer. Even if you think your story is ordinary, realize that in my hands, ordinary becomes extraordinary. By sharing, you bless both the listener and yourself, for it reinforces your own remembrance of my goodness. Go forth and shine, so that the world may taste and see that I am good. You are not alone. I am forever by your side. In the times you face rejection, remember that I was also rejected by many, even by those I came to save. This world may not always applaud your convictions or your devotion to me, but do not be discouraged. Your affirmation ultimately comes from my heart, not the fleeting praise or approval of others. Should you find yourself marginalized or misunderstood, lift your eyes to heaven and see the acceptance that I lavish upon you. I died and rose again to bridge every gap between divinity and humanity. You are mine, and I take pride in calling you my child. So stand firm, even when you stand alone. I watch over you in every breath. When guilt or shame grips you, they act like chains around your soul, dragging your spirit into despair. But I am the chain breaker. Confess your sins and your struggles to me, and I will wash you white as snow. The adversary wants to trap you in condemnation, but I came to free you. Let the words of John echo in your mind. If the Son sets you free, you will be free indeed. Believe that, and walk in the freedom I purchased for you at such a great price. Do not allow your past to define your future. I have called you forward into light, and in my presence, darkness has no hold. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. I want you to know the joy that comes from fellowship with me. Joy is not mere happiness dependent on circumstances. It is a deep wellspring of gladness, rooted in the awareness that you belong to me. Even on difficult days, you can draw from this well and find refreshment. In my presence is fullness of joy, as the psalmist declares. So stay close, worship freely, and let gratitude guide your heart's posture. Through every trial, your joy can remain intact because it is anchored in my eternal nature, not in fleeting situations. Embrace this joy, for it will be your strength. I bless you. Move forward in peace. My dear child, heed the importance of rest. In a world urging constant productivity, it is easy to forget the Sabbath principle I established from the dawn of creation. Rest is not laziness. It is a holy pause to remember that I hold all things together. When you set aside time to rest, you acknowledge that you are not the ultimate orchestrator. You trust me to sustain you. Let go of the anxiety that whispers you must do more, achieve more, or risk falling behind. Enter into my rest and find replenishment for your body, mind, and soul. In rest, you will hear my voice more clearly and experience renewed creativity. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. Never doubt that I can use you to bring healing to others. You may think your experiences or resources are insufficient, but a single compassionate word or a genuine smile can be a balm to a hurting soul. Do not underestimate these small acts of kindness. I am the multiplier, the one who can turn 5 loaves into a feast. Offer your time, your talent, or simply your listening ear. When you do so with a heart aligned to mine, miracles happen. People are uplifted, hearts are mended, and seeds of hope are planted. And in serving, you too will find fulfillment and blessing. Remember, the measure you give is the measure you receive. I watch over you in every breath. When the noise around you becomes overwhelming, take a moment to retreat into solitude with me. Just as Jesus withdrew to lonely places to pray, so too should you guard time to be alone with your Creator. In solitude, you shed the expectations of others and quiet the demands of your own mind. There, in the secret place, I whisper mysteries of my kingdom, revelations of my love. These are moments to reconnect with your first love, to rest in my arms without striving. You do not need perfect words or a special ritual. Simply come as you are and I will meet you. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. If you ever doubt my presence, look back on the times you faced impossible odds and yet emerged stronger. Those were not coincidences, but footprints of my intervention. I am always weaving a tapestry that includes even your darkest hours, transforming them into strands of beauty in the grand design of your life. You may not see the pattern now, but trust that I am the master weaver. Each thread has a purpose, and each challenge refines your character. So do not lose heart when life's fabric appears tangled. In my hands, every knot unravels in due time, revealing the glory of what I am creating. I bless you. Move forward in peace. Believe that I have placed you on this earth for such a time as this. That phrase, echoed from the story of Esther, holds power for you too. You might feel insignificant or question your influence, but rest assured I do nothing randomly. Every aspect of your life, your family, your location, your talents, aligns with the destiny I have written for you. Rise to the moment. Embrace the responsibilities and the callings that stir your heart. Fear not, for I will equip you. Just as I provided Esther with courage and favor, I provide for you exactly what you need in the appointed season. Do not underestimate the impact you can make when you partner with my will. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. In your quest for understanding, remember that you do not journey alone. My Spirit is your counselor, your teacher, your guide into all truth. If you lack wisdom, simply ask, and I will give generously without finding fault. Do not rely solely on your own intellect or the collective intelligence of those around you. While knowledge is beneficial, true wisdom is a gift from me, offered to those who humbly seek it. As you grow in wisdom, your life takes on greater clarity and peace, for you perceive situations through the lens of divine perspective. This does not make you immune to challenges, but it does equip you to face them with confidence. I watch over you in every breath. Let these words remain in your heart. My grace is sufficient. Not only sufficient to cover your sins, but sufficient to empower your calling, to comfort your sorrows, and to fulfill your deepest needs. There is no area in your life untouched by my grace if you invite me in. Yet grace also invites responsibility. With the gift of unmerited favor comes the call to be gracious to others. Extend forgiveness, practice kindness, and be patient with those who test your limits. In doing so, you mirror the grace I pour out upon you. As you give, you shall also receive. Remember that no act of grace is ever wasted. You are never alone. I am forever by your side. You might question your ability to persevere under life's pressures. Let me remind you of the promise. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. That is not an empty phrase. It is a declaration of partnership. You bring your willingness, your yes, and I supply the power. Together, We can scale mountains of difficulty. Do not let your mind dwell on your deficiencies. Instead, meditate on my sufficiency. Even your weaknesses become platforms for my strength to be displayed. As you trust in my ability rather than your own, you will find that burdens become lighter and obstacles become stepping stones. I bless you. Move forward in peace. See how I am weaving hope into your future. Even now, I am orchestrating divine connections and opportunities, aligning situations so you can walk through doors you never thought would open. Take a moment to dream again, to envision what might be possible if you fully trusted me. Let go of the fear of disappointment, for I am the God of resurrection power. Even dreams that seem dead can be revived in my hands. Dare to believe that your tomorrow can outshine your yesterday, for I am doing a new thing within your life. Stay strong in faith, for my love never leaves you. My dear child, as you finish reading these words, remember how deeply I yearn for relationship with you. I do not demand perfection, nor do I dismiss your struggles. Rather, I invite you to walk with me daily, leaning on my strength, reveling in my grace, and reflecting my love to a world in need. Let our journey continue, each step filled with promise and purpose. I will never fail you. My faithfulness endures forever. With the fullness of my heart, I send you forth with my blessing, reminding you that truly the best is yet to come. You are never alone. I am forever by your side.